Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So,
Today one more person has joined Prabhuji.
yes.
His name is Son of God, he has written. I think his name is Kamal.
What is his name?
I think Kamal, he must be listening. Kamal.
Yeah, I'm listening and I'm so excited.
Yeah, he's seems to be very good soul.
Very
Kamal,
pure.
introduce yourself. Son of God, introduce yourself.
Okay. So, my name is Kamal. I'm superhero. Not a Marvel one. I'm a universal one. So I tried before COVID. I was a totally different. After COVID, I realized like so many things. I mean, there are a lot of things to say that, but I realized like life is so beautiful. No need to do any bad stuff. Just go with the flow. And I call myself universal writer too because whatever God send me a message, I'll write down. I hope you will like it. I don't know, but it's so pure. Something like that. I'm sorry, I talk a lot.
No problem. Yes. So, today we are anybody can remind me where we had stopped in our Bhagwad Gita last time?
Mataji, you're on mute. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Prabhuji, we have completed chapter 4. Now we have to start chapter 5.
Excuse me. I want to say something. I would like to say thanks to nature. Thank you very much, nature. She gave it to me yesterday, a Geeta also. Thank you very much, nature.
Thank you very much to you also. You have joined the class. I am very happy for it.
Okay, so we are starting with the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Just
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
Hare Krishna.
वॉल्यूम बहुत कम है, एकदम कम आ रहा है.
Oh, really? Now also it is very less sound?
Yes, but it is better than before.
Okay.
I think it's fine with us, Mataji. If there is anyone else is facing same problem?
Others are also not able to hear me clearly?
We can hear you, Prabhuji, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay.
On my side, Prabhuji, voice is clear. No, volume is okay, but
Okay.
clarity in voice. Sound is not very clear.
Okay, sound is not clear, huh?
Yes, so much of disturbance.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। यस प्रभु जी, मेरे को आवाज नहीं आ रही है, पता नहीं।
Lalit Prabhu, you are able to hear me clearly?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can able to hear you clearly.
We are also able to hear you properly, sir.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So we are discussing about the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So that I'll just share the PPT. You are able to see the PPT?
No, Prabhu.
Not it.
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, just okay. So here we are on the 5th chapter. As you see that the whole Bhagavad Gita, we go through a very smooth travel of a practitioner or a seeker of truth. Because in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, we see that Arjuna was having so many doubts. Not only doubts, but he had the weakness of heart, as Krishna said. Weakness heart means that sometimes we don't have doubt what is right and what is wrong, but then we don't have strength to act upon what is right. So there is no problem of discrimination. Discrimination is proper. We understand what is right, what is wrong. But then sometimes we lack the determination to choose what is right. So Bhagavad Gita gives these two very important gifts to us. Bhagavad Gita gives the first, that is discrimination, the power to understand what is good and what is bad. And second, that is power to choose always right. These things cannot come by mere academic study. It cannot come by any other method. So it comes only by the spiritual background. It needs a spiritual power. So here in this first chapter, we saw that Krishna didn't speak anything, not even one word. He was just hearing Arjuna, because the that's how we see that in our day-to-day communication also, we should not speak until we understand and hear the next person. So when we hear, then we can understand properly, and then we can communicate. Because the communication is one of the very important aspect of our life. Either it can make or break our relationships. So that communication has to be based on the understanding of each other. See this in Mahabharata also, we see that because of this lack of communication only, how the lives were destroyed. And when the communication was proper, then so many critical things, they were taken care. We see in case of when Karna, he was having a very competent chariot driver, because that time we see that Arjuna also chose Krishna to drive the chariot, because the chariot driver is of very critical importance when it is fight is happening. So the chariot driver is not only just expert in driving the horses, he has to be very quick to take some decisions. He has to be very loyal to the person who is sitting behind, because at times the chariot driver can save the life of the warrior by his presence of mind, by his sharpness, like that. And there are many such instances where the chariot driver has played a great role in victory. So understanding that, Arjuna requested Krishna to be his chariot driver, so that he can take proper guidance and he will be always with him. So one of the this meeting. So when we are seeing this Mahabharata, when the Karna was there, he had one chariot driver, who was another very great king, and he was very expert in terms of uh, driving chariots, taking care of horses, fighting also. So although he was a king, but then he was appointed as a chariot driver of Karna. Now the problem was this king was very expert, and then so here I'm sharing the screen. This is what. This is one. Where is this? Can you make these two hosts? I think this with the mic. Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay. You all are able to see?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So this was the last thing. This is chapter 5, and we are discussing about the communication. That this Karna, who was very vehemently against Arjuna, and his whole goal in fighting was to defeat Arjuna at any cost. And he also was quite competent warrior. And this king, who has been appointed as Karna's chariot driver, he also was very competent. And you can see that when two competent people they come together, what happens is generally they don't hear each other. It's like they say that एक man में दो तलवार नहीं रह सकती.
Argument.
So they don't accept each other's words. So whenever this chariot driver of Karna used to give him some advice, Karna was so proud. He said, "No, what you are talking about? Why you are guiding me? You think that I'm here for taking your guidance?" So that was Karna's mood. So one of the very powerful weapon when Karna was shooting, the chariot driver of Karna told Karna that, "See, Karna, don't aim at the head of the Arjuna. Aim at the chest of Arjuna." Karna looked at this his chariot driver as if telling, "You shut up. Mind your own business. I'm doing my job. Don't tell me. And then that was one of the most powerful weapon Karna was shooting. And he was so angry with Arjuna, he wanted to cut off the head of only Arjuna. He wanted to kind of celebrate. And he was so much in haste, so much in anger, so much in that mood. So when he shot that arrow, just pointing towards the head of Arjuna, when that arrow was coming, Krishna could understand that this arrow is very deadly and it cannot be counteracted. So understanding that there is no question of counteracting, Krishna just pressed the chariot down, and the horses were so tuned, they were so trained. When they understood that Krishna is pressing down, the horses also they bend down. Thoda jhuk gaye wo. And the whole chariot was 2 feet down, like that. And then that Shakti weapon came, and then it could just hit the and then Arjuna was saved, just missed. So we see here two exactly opposite situations happening. Karna, he was so proud not to hear the good advice, and here Krishna was so competent. Even when he was dealing with the horses, horses also could understand the intention of Krishna, and they could bend down. So that means even the animals can be communicated, but sometimes human beings fail to communicate. Why? Because of our ego. When we have the ego comes in, when we think that I am better than you, or I know what is right. Why do I need others? So that type of understanding, then it becomes a problem for communication. So here Bhagavad Gita is the whole communication of Arjuna and Krishna, very free flow communication. Arjuna is asking so many doubts, so many questions. You can imagine God himself is standing and Arjuna is asking so many questions. It's amazing. Actually, the God is there and then we just supposed to hear him and then just follow. But then neither Krishna told Arjuna that you just shut up, I am God, you just hear me. Don't ask any questions. Krishna also is very open to take any doubt of Arjuna and ready to solve. And Arjuna is also not fearful. He is not feeling low when he is asking these questions. He is also very freely asking these doubts and questions. So in our life also, we should have that type of free communication with our specifically people whom we are very close with. They are major part in our life. So to the degree that happens nicely, to that degree, the way Bhagavad Gita went very nicely, and then it had a very wonderful effect, not only on Arjuna, but the whole society. So this fifth chapter also talks about the activity which is done in this world without the being kind of build for it. When I say build means anywhere you go and any activity you do, whether you go to a shopping mall and then you put something on your shopping cart, or whether you go to any restaurant and then you eat some uh, items, then you are billed because you are doing that activity, and then that activity is you have to pay for it. If you go to any entertainment show, then you have to pay for it. So similarly, in this world also, when we come and we do either good or bad activity, we have to pay for it. We are in this world and we are paying for it. That's where the question comes, that how we do our activities in such a way where we do our activities in responsible way, at the same time we are aloof. So one of the very important analogy given in this chapter is the way Krishna says this analogy, that the way the lotus flower, if you have seen, very beautiful, uh, when the sun shines it blossoms, night time it closes. So this beautiful very nice lotus flower, although it is very beautiful, it's floating on the water, but then the origin of that lotus lies in the dirt down. So the lotus is standing in the dirt, but then it is not connected with dirt. It is aloof. There is no dirt factor there. So similarly, when we live in this world of negativity, we can be in the vicinity of negativity and still not being affected by that negativity. So this is a very important aspect discussed in this 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Because Krishna, when he's talking Bhagavad Gita, he is very practical. He is not telling that, don't worry, just be Krishna conscious and nothing will happen. Don't worry, everything will be perfectly okay. But then I see many times early in the morning you start your mobile, so many messages they come, happy kind of a good morning, or kind of good wishes of the day or things like that. And many times these messages of the very nicely some beautiful flowers and some scenic place, and then it comes good morning again. So in this world we have to remind each other that morning is good, because the fact is that whenever we get up we are engulfed with so much of anxiety. What is going to happen today? So such kind of reminders give some hope. But then this hope of just being a good, that is not sufficient when we are leading our life. So what we need is, unless we get an art, learn an art to be aloof, even in the midst of so many calamities. So that is the art which Bhagavad Gita teaches, specifically in this chapter 5, which we are going to see now. Because in this world, if you see, you can't make the problems nil. That is not possible. Problems will be there. And the example given here is that if our path is paved with so many thorns and pebbles which are pricking our feet, so now there are two options. Either we can make the whole path very clean, put some nice sand which is very soothing, and then walk on that nicely made path. But then it is very expensive and it is time consuming. But then the simplest way we can take care of ourselves from the sharp pebbles and the thorns. How? Just by wearing proper shoes. So if you have shoes which are protecting your feet, then no matter how the pebbles are, no matter how sharp the thorns are, you are not going to be bothered by their sharpness. So similarly, when we are staying in this world, so many sharp comments will be there, so many sharp relationships will be there, so many sharp interactions will be there, which can bleed our relationship. It can make us upset. It can make us lose hope. It can make us kind of lose our enthusiasm. And there are so many people, things are there around us to make us feel like that. But then, to the degree we have this protective covering around our feet, so to the degree we have that protective covering around our own selves when we are staying in this world, then we don't have to change the whole world. We have to just change ourselves. Just protect ourselves from the negativity and then go ahead. So here in this chapter 5, the first 12 shlokas, which talks about the stay in the world, be in the current world. So you all can chant this shloka. This is the first. Arjuna Uvacha. You all can repeat.
Arjuna Vacha
Sanyasam karmana Krishna
Sannyasamkarmana Karmana Krishna
Punaryogam cha shamsasi
Punaryogam cha Shamsasi
Yajshreya etayorekam
Ekam
Tanme bruhi sunishitam
Tanme Buruhi Sutam.
Okay. So here Arjuna is asking almost the same question to Krishna, which he had asked in the beginning of third chapter. Beginning of third chapter, Krishna was asked by Arjuna that, can you please tell me which is better? Just renouncing all the things and then being peaceful, that is better, or taking the responsibility and then taking the headache for it? So Krishna said that no, the work has to be done. It cannot be given up. And then Krishna told about in the fourth chapter very nicely about the Divya Jnana, that the transcendental knowledge about this world, how this world is created by God and how it is connected to us, and all that things were discussed. So after understanding that, when Krishna said that ultimately we have to come out from this whole material entanglement, then the same doubt which came one chapter before, Arjuna was even more confused and he is asking almost the same question. So we can see that in our life also, that many times people ask the same questions uh, till the point they are not convinced. Have you seen it in your life that you guide somebody and then you tell him whole that how it should be, and then you feel that now that's it, but then after 10 days he comes with the same question. So then you say that last time only I told you everything very clearly. So here Arjuna is also representing the same nature, that he heard the question, he heard the answer for his question, and then again he's asking the same question in the fifth chapter. Now here Krishna is not telling that why you are asking, you fool. No, Krishna takes the responsibility of that question to be answered to the satisfaction of Arjuna. So here the teacher is not feeling that what is this foolish student, why is asking. Rather, Krishna is telling, okay, let me tell you again with little more explanation so that you can understand. So this is also part on Krishna's side, that he is a very responsible teacher. He is very responsible. He takes the responsibility to make us understand. And that is very amazing. So Krishna acts as a friend, not as a teacher with rod in his hand. If you understand, that's up to you. If you don't understand, get lost. No, Krishna is not like that. Krishna says, oh, you don't understand? Don't worry, I'm here. I'll tell you again. So Krishna shows here that how this friendship works. So friendship works more on accepting the next person as it is, with his doubts, with his limitations, with his positives, negatives, everything. So we accept the person as he is, not that you have your own frame and then you should fit in this, then I accept you. No. So here, this unconditional acceptance of Krishna is very amazing. So Arjuna is asking the same question. Krishna just smiles and then starts. So now here Krishna talks karma yoga and the tyag. Okay. So you can repeat this shloka. Sankhya yoga prithak bala
Sankhya-yoga prithak bala
pravadanti na panditaha
pravadanti
na
pitaha
ekamapyasthita samyak
ekamapyasthita samya
samya
ubhayor vindate phalam.
gurubhayo dati
bhayo vidyatam phalam.
So here Krishna is talking about that somebody, retires from this whole world, goes to the forest. Like here you are seeing one yogi is sitting in Himalayas, and then he's sitting there in his trance. Even the plants are growing on his body. Only the bones are visible. So, so why he's doing that? So that he can be free from the laws of nature. He can be free from anything of this world, and then go to the higher world. So Krishna is talking. Sankhya yogo prithak bala pravadanti na panditaha ekamapyastita samyak ubhayor vindate phalam. So understanding the nature of this world and working in this world, Krishna says they are not two, they are one only. Because the result is same. The result is same means the result is purification and then achieving God. The result of achieving God's grace, that is same in both. When somebody is doing tyaga, he becomes purified by that. And somebody is working responsibly in his profession, in his social life, that also purifies him. So if you see the result of purification of heart, he becomes more open for helping everybody. So that result is same. Whether you go to the Himalayas or whether you do your activities very nicely. Okay. So this is fifth chapter specifically, talks about the Nishkama Karma Yoga. So all these three words has to be properly understood. Yoga means to connect. Anything by which you connect to God, that is called as yoga. If you connect to God through meditation, that is dhyana yoga. If you connect to God with your work, that is called as a karma yoga. If you connect to God by knowledge, then it is called as a jnana yoga. If you connect to God with bhakti, then it's called as a bhakti yoga. So yoga means to connect. So now here we are talking about karma yoga. Karma yoga means connecting to God through our activity. We do activity in such a way, they will connect us to Krishna. So that means here we find that there are some these are the two legend. Here you see these two devotees. One of them is Srinathji Guru, who is no more now. So he was the very big industrialist in Mumbai, very reputed. And another is Mr. Mafatlal Krishna Chandra Prabhu. He is also current very devoted, very successful businessman in the Mumbai. And when we are seeing these businessmen, they do their business keeping Krishna in. So when they are their business, their goal is very clear that why they are doing it. And you see here some devotees are having a art performances, dance performance, or the instrument performance. So all these things also can be utilized in God service. It is such a kind of first time when I came to ISKCON Juhu, I was so impressed because this temple was built almost 50 years back. And Prabhupada, he was so visionary that I could never guess a temple can be like this. Generally, when we go to any temple, worshipping place, generally the deity is there, मूर्ति रहते हैं और लोग आते हैं दर्शन करते हैं और चले जाते हैं. ज्यादा से ज्यादा कीर्तन होता है अंदर, कोई डिवोशनल सॉन्ग्स आर sung. But here Prabhupada wanted that there should be a very international high class restaurant where people will come and taste Krishna Prasad. So that means that this temple be a very wonderful experience of Krishna consciousness, where people will experience Krishna, even in the form of eating. They will understand how Krishna consciousness is so nice. And then not only that, Prabhupada wanted that let there be many art shows happening here in this temple. So along with the temple, just next to it, he built the whole auditorium with capacity of almost 700 people, where so many dramas, some dance performances related to Krishna consciousness can be performed. So when people they come here, they don't understand that Krishna consciousness is just a boring, some philosophy or some doing some puja. No, Krishna consciousness is very enlightening, very challenging, very satisfying to the heart process. Susukham kartum avyayam. Person becomes very happy performing Krishna consciousness. So this whole complex of this temple complex was made to give this experience of Krishna consciousness to any visitor coming here. So temple, everything is there. You want to stay in temple and experience the whole program in the temple, you can stay. It's a very nice international guest house. And then there is a nice auditorium where so many cultural programs happen. We can take part in that. There is a nice restaurant where you eat very delicious prasad, but Krishna prasad. You experience Krishna there. And there are so many halls where so many lectures are going on. And even if you want to have your own function, social function, whether it is marriage, whether it is birthday party or something like that, temple can host it. There are so many halls for it. So Prabhupada made the whole temple in such a way that we can experience Krishna in every walk of our life. Whether you want to eat, you are very foodie, you want nice preparations to taste. Krishna consciousness is best option. You want to stay somewhere where you can have peace, where you can have serene atmosphere. Temple is best. Whether you want to see some dramas and nice art, music, the temple is best. So whatever our activities we can think of, that all things are very nicely taken care in Krishna consciousness. That's why when Prabhupada was asked by one of the reporter that Prabhupada, I see that in your this Krishna consciousness, so many rules, regulations are there. That you get up early and then you don't eat so many things, and then there are so many no's in your you avoid so many things. And so she was feeling that how do these people they live? Like what they have in their life to enjoy. So many kind of. So with that intention, that the reporter was asking Prabhupada that Prabhupada, what did you do for entertainment in life? It's like the whole time you are so seriously performing things. So Prabhupada responded that our whole life is entertainment only. We get up early in the morning and then we dance. You tell me one person in this earth who just after getting up, he enters into party. Parties happen in night. But then devotees party starts in the early morning, 4:30 a.m. Is there anybody in this world who enjoys like that? Every day we have a party every day where we dance, we chant uh, together. So Prabhupada said that our whole life is entertainment. You think that we need some entertainment here there, and then we hear such a nice enlightening knowledge of Bhagavatam, and then whole day we have so many exciting services. So meeting so many people, getting a satisfaction to help them. So our whole life is thrilling. So when we are living a life connected to Krishna, that life becomes very interesting. That life becomes very thrilling. So here in this 5th chapter, it is talked about Nishkama Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means connecting to God through karma. Nishkama means, kama means desire. Nishkama means without any desire. So doing work connecting to Krishna without any desire. So detached work, that is called as Nishkama Karma Yoga. So we responsibly work, but then we are detached. That I am just doing it for God's pleasure. Now what will come out of it? That's up to Krishna to give the result. We keep doing our good work. So that is this Nishkama Karma Yoga, which talks. Okay, so this. So here we see that who is the doer next time, because many times people say that I had worked very hard, but then result came something else. So what it means that who gave the result then? I did best of my capacity. Sometimes we see that I do my things very nicely, but the situation is against me, so the result don't come. So somebody is very nicely prepared for some very important meeting, and then while going only he gets an accident or something. So we see that we are governed by so many factors. So next time we'll see that who is that karta. Karta means the doer. Here. Okay. Okay. Is there any questions from anybody? So I am very happy to see Ajay Prabhu. Last time we met.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. I see Brajesh ji many times. I remember last time meeting him when I had come to the home of Madaji. Brajesh ji, I hope things are going well. Pushpendra ji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Brajesh here.
Hare Krishna.
Everything
How are
fine.
you?
Fine. So nice of you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. So, do we take leave here? Anybody has any questions, queries? Okay. Okay, then thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.